Welcome to Mirror Cruising. The winter is on the way, as you can see. November, things are getting colder, but we're still sailing. We're doing some very good day sails. Most of the yachtsmen have given up by now, it's too cold for them. So last weekend I did a wonderful trip, Chichester across to Bembridge and back again. A whole day, excellent trip. So this is the video which I would like to show you. So this is the Isle of Wight. Along here we've got the south coast of England. Running along here. This is Southampton water. And this area through here is the Solent. And Chichester is actually Chichester Harbour. It's actually over here. And so the passage which we're talking about is from here across to Bembridge here, which is 8 miles from shore to shore. The harbour here at Chichester is actually a big area of inland water, sheltered water. This is the passage in a bit more detail. So coming out of Chichester here, as we come out here to this side, just here is a large sand spit which is called the West Pole Sands. So it is possible to take a cut through there, just through there, which saves a lot of distance, and then we can sail straight across to the island. And it's about an 8-mile crossing shore to shore. Just here is a fort called St Helens Fort, and when we get about to this position there is a shipping lane that we have to cross. And I just wanted to also mention the tides are generally coming this way. So as I mentioned in the video, you'll find that they're about 30 degrees to our direction of progress. So there we are. Let's have a look at some video. Just arrived at Itchenor. Lovely morning for winter. It's not too cold. We've got a slight northerly wind as forecast. A lovely morning. No one else here, unfortunately. I would like the company, of course. The sun is soon risen here. Looking forward to a nice day sailing over to Bembridge. We're now approaching East Head. It's about 10 AM, and without checking, I'd like to be out of the harbour about now. So I've been using the motor quite a bit. I've just set the topsail. So we seem to be getting northwesterly by the look of it, or northwest I should think. Maybe just about getting up to 3 now, but much less wind than forecast. But anyway, it's going well under topsail, going along reasonably well, so I'm happy with that. I see a bit of surf down at East Head for some reason. Maybe a little bit rough out at sea. The wind has freshened up as predicted. I'm just about passing the stocker, so I've had to take the topsail off again, and it is more or less northerly, about force 4 now. passing Hayling Island Sailing Club, and I'm intending now, going out of the harbour, to pass through the Swatchway. So the next beacon I want is East Stoke, and then we'll follow a course of 255 from there. So just what it's going to be like at sea, I'm not sure. It's pretty choppy actually in the harbour near East Head, but we'll see. May not be too bad. The wind is now helping me. It's a lot of north in it at least. And I tried sailing back the other way and found I could lay my return course actually, which is 030, coming back from Bembridge. So that looks looking all right actually. Deceptively calm just at this moment, but a lovely morning. Beacon here is East Stoke, and the pole which you see over there more, that's just an old one. You don't ignore that. So we're going to round this one now, and then we'll set our new course via the Swatchway. Established on my course of 220 now, and you can see the edge of the Isle of Wight there, perhaps. I'm carrying all plain sail basically, just about a couple of cables off Hayling Island at the moment. Got through the Swatchway with no problem. Now the Bembridge actually is a little bit to the right of the end of the island. There's a dip in the hills. Slight dip there. But my course has to be 220, and I just want to explain why. Hang on. So this is the just coming out here from Chichester, and it's approximately 60 degrees, approximately, correction, 240 across here to Bembridge. But there's a 2-knot tide. There's a 2-knot tide coming this way from the west, and this makes about a 30-degree angle with our course. So we have to make a correction. So what we have to do is approximately 2 knots at 30 degrees. So first of all, we take, this is the mental arithmetic method for dinghy sailors. First of all, you take the forward component of that tide, which is a bit less than 2 knots, but say it's 2 still. So that means on top of my 3 knots through the water, I've got 5 knots forward, which enabled me to get the time for the passage, which will be about 1 hour and 40 minutes. And then there's a cross tide component. Now that tide is operating at 30 degrees to my course. So if you take the sine of 30, that's 0.5. So 2 knots times 0.5, that's 1 knot of cross tide. Now I've got 1 knot of cross tide, 3 knots of forward speed. So to find the angle of that, 1 divided by 3, that's a third, times 55, or if you like, times 60, which gives 20 degrees. That's the course correction. And you've got to apply it the common sense way around. So I have to go to the left of my course. So instead of 240, I still steer 220. So there we are. Hope you got that. Sorry about that.
North, 405. Backing west, 3 or 4 later.
just entered the shipping lane actually. All I can see is D now, but I'm a bit further away from it than expected. Anyway, we've just definitely entered the shipping lane because I'm taking a bearing from Bullsand Fort. So I just want to explain that I've steered 220 all the way across, which is a 20-degree course correction. And I'm only about 1.5 miles now from Bembridge. And Bembridge is still bearing from me 240, which is the correct run line course. So that correction I used was correct. So I'm still keeping the boat pointing 220. Now the point that you're looking at to get 220 does change gradually. So every hour or so you need, or half hour, you need to just check what it is, to which point you're aiming for. If it was at night, which star you're pointing at. Just entering Bembridge now, nice and shelter here. There's another yacht behind me, I'm not sure if it's one of ours or not. I thought it might be Jamie, but it looks more like a yacht to me. Just arriving into Bembridge now. Arrived.